everyone, I'm your humble French tarot reader Marie, and today we're going to be doing a pick-up pile reading on the theme of where will you be 6 months from now. So this is going to be a reading that allows us to look at where you're going to be in 6 months time and potential challenges, potential opportunities, the growth journey you will go through so that we can have a glimpse as to what the future holds. I love doing these kinds of readings and it is my hope that they will bring you something of value. So if you don't know how pick-up pile reading works, in front of you, you can see 3 different piles. Each pile is going to contain a different message. All you need to do is intuitively choose the pile that is calling out to you the most, as this is where your reading will be. In the description box, you're going to find timestamps that can take you straight to your reading. You're welcome to watch more than one if you feel called to watch more than one. As always, I like to remind you that tarot is a great tool. It can be a compass. It can help us navigate on the map of our life, but at the end of the day, you remain the captain of your own ship. You retain the decision making and you remain the agent of your life. So don't ever give away your power to the cards, but they can be a great tool to give us some insight and to help us navigate what's coming. For today, I have chosen 3 decks that I've not used in a really long time, and yet all of these decks wanted to work today. For the first one, you can choose thanks to this piece of Red Jasper, which looks like this. And the deck associated is called the Circe Tarot. It's a Greek mythology inspired deck. It looks like this. So if this particular imagery is calling out to you at this moment in time, then your message could be in pile number 1. For my pile number 2, the crystal associated is a piece of moss agate, which looks like this. And the deck associated, another one I've not used in way too long, it is the Bohemian Gothic Tarot. As you're going to see, very cool, very Gothic inspired, a little bit Dracula, a little bit Frankenstein, and a whole lot of sass, this one. So if this particular imagery is calling out to you at this moment in time, or this crystal, then your message could be in pile number 2. Finally, for my pile number 3, the crystal associated is another piece of jasper, which looks like this, Bumblebee Jasper. And the deck associated is the Dali Tarot, which was created by the painter Dali himself. So if this particular imagery is calling out to you at this moment in time, if it's resonating with you, then your message could be in pile number 3. If this reading brings you anything of value, I invite you to like, comment, share it with your friends, and of course, if you're not yet part of the family, I would love for you to subscribe. Those are all free ways to support my work, and yet they really make a huge difference. And so without further ado, let's get into this pick-up pile reading around where will you be 6 months from now. Let's do this. Okay, my pile number 1, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen this particular crystal or this deck, this is going to be the reading for you. As I mentioned, today we're looking at where will you be 6 months from now. We're going to start by looking at the current energy, the current situation. In order to understand the direction that you are taking, we have to first start from where you are at this moment in time. So what is the current energy? What is the situation for my pile number 1? Where are you right now? What is the current vibe? What's the current situation? Let's see. We have the Queen of Cups and we have the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so my pile number 1 is currently in the middle of working towards something that is very close to their heart, that would bring a lot of emotional fulfillment. With the 8 of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, we have an indication that you guys have right now a certain vision for yourself. Maybe you're working on a passion project, maybe a goal, but it's really related to something that is emotionally fulfilling. So it could be that some of you are pouring a lot of energy into a hobby right now because you're trying to make that evolve. Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you want to pour a lot of energy into your community, into your hobbies. Maybe you are pouring a lot of energy into your family life. You have a certain goal with your family life or with your interpersonal relationship. for example, we could have someone who is trying to dedicate a lot more time around one of their passions because they're trying to turn that into a job, for example, or we could have people who are trying to create a family. There's something here relating to my pile number 1, letting me know that you guys are really pouring a lot of energy towards a very specific goal, a very specific outcome, which is probably why you clicked on this reading, but it's something that is very close to your heart and that would bring emotional fulfillment. So some of you might be trying to adopt a pet or a kid. Some of you might be, like I said, trying to turn a hobby into a job, trying to turn a passion project into a business. Some of you might be deciding to pour a lot of energy into their physical health, and that is bringing a lot of emotional fulfillment and happiness. I really see you guys, at the moment I'm hearing locked in and pouring a lot of effort, a lot of hours, a lot of labor, a lot of energy, a lot of intention, a lot of time, for some of you even money, towards a goal, specifically a goal that would bring a lot of happiness, emotional fulfillment. So it's something that is close to your heart, something that you're passionate about, something that you feel like is very much linked to your happiness, right? Obviously, this is a general reading, but at the moment, if I had to kind of categorize my pile number 1, I would say locked in, dedicated, working hard, and focused. So of course, you're welcome to share in the comments, what is it you guys are working on right now? What is the project? What is the dream? What is the goal? But I see you've been really going at it. You've been pouring energy, pouring intention, pouring work. So we're going to continue and see what else the cards have to say. The next thing we're going to ask the cards is what may block or slow your progress during the next 6 months. So this is the potential challenge or obstacle in the next 6 months. What could block or slow the progress for my pile number 1 for this particular goal you're working on, this particular outcome that again is very linked to your happiness. So it could be you guys are trying to change jobs because the job you're hoping to get, would make you happier. Whatever it is, it's very much related to you wanting a happier life and a more fulfilling life. I don't see here the goal being I want to make a ton of money or I want to get success and recognition. It's deeper than that. It's like I want to live a happier life. I want to live a more fulfilling life. I want to live a life that feels more like me. I want to get this thing, this goal, this dream, again, whatever it may be, because I know it is close to my soul, because my soul is craving for it. Whether it's like a pet, a baby, a new job, a new hobby, it's something that your soul is craving that is really linked to your happiness, my pile number 1. I really see that. Okay, so what could be the potential blockage? What could slow your progress during the next 6 months? What do you need to pay attention to? Let's see, we have a jumper, we have the 3 of Cups. Okay, that's interesting. Let's pull one more. We have the Ace of Swords and we have the 3 of Wands. Okay, in terms of what could slow your progress down, one of the first thing I'm hearing with the 3 of Cups and 3 of Wands is a lack of ambition. Okay, 3 of Cups, Ace of Swords, 3 of Wands. You are meant to see big. My pile number 1, you're meant to really try and dream big. I'm hearing you are invited to throw your metaphorical net, right, wide and open. And you are really encouraged at this moment in time to not limit yourself. Do not limit your reach. Do not limit your potential. Do not limit your search. Do not limit your potential. Do not limit yourself in any form or way, because that could actually be something that is slowing your progress in this endeavor, in this like goal you're having that would make you very happy. You are meant to go wide and broad. So I'm going to give a very like day-to-day example. Let's say some of you are trying to turn your passion projects, your hobbies into a side hustle, for example. I'm gonna get the example of someone who's passionate about, I don't know, something, a hobby, and they want to start their TikTok account on this because they want to share their passion because it makes them happy, but they also know that it could bring something to the community, and they're hoping in the long run to gain some financial comeback out of it, for example. This is your goal, to look wide and to not put yourself in a niche, right? So let's say you want to start a book a TikTok account about books. Instead of limiting yourself to just one genre, for example, you're invited to speak about multiple genres because you could reach a wider audience. You are invited to not put yourself in a niche, but actually try and be broad and wide and reach people of all ages, of all places in the world. Maybe reading authors from different cultures, maybe reading different genres, and maybe reading not just books, but comics or, middle grade books, whatever it is, but trying to be as broad and wide as possible to have a reach that is really open. This is just an example, right? A very day-to-day example, but this can be applied to whatever project you have. Let's say you guys are trying to adopt a pet. Instead of searching for people who are giving pets away or for pets to rescue or anything like that in your local area, maybe search for a broader option. There might be your perfect pet might be in the next state or on the other side of the country, and yet it would be like your soul family. It's the perfect being for you, and you know exactly when you see it that it's meant to live with you. There's something about reaching wide and about trying to not limit yourself in any way, shape, or form, because this could be what the blockage is. If the blockages could come in the form of you niching down, it could come in the form of you staying in your comfort zone. It could come in the way of you trying to stay small. You're not meant to stay small right now, my pile number one. You're meant to dream big. So this could be the potential challenge. If you don't do that, if you don't push yourself, if you don't expand as much as you can, if you don't push yourself outside your comfort zone, that could be the slowing of your progress. Okay, so don't shrink yourself, my pal number one. Really, that's the biggest advice I can give you right now. Okay, dream big, see large, broad, wide. Right, you're meant to go to expand as much as possible at this moment in time to get the goal that it is you want. Okay, beautiful. Let's have a look at what or who will help you move forward. So this is like allies, strengths, your support system in the next 6 months to help you get what it is you want, to help you in this endeavor. So let's have a look for you guys. Support system. Okay, we have Four of Pentacles and King of Wands. See, King of Wands, again, for me, this is you. This is an invitation to dream big, be confident, be bold. The King of Wands is very brave. He is boss energy, right? If the King of Wands is giving CEO in the sense of someone who's not afraid to do public speaking, not afraid to answer questions from people, not afraid to go on social media and share about his company and doing events where they are revealing their next product and they're speaking on stage and they're doing their TED talk. That is the vibe of the King of Wands, right? Steve Jobs vibes, very, very King of Wands energy. This is what you're invited to embody at this moment in time. And so the first support is coming in the form of you embodying this boss energy, this confidence energy. Yes, I can do this. Yes, I'm capable enough. Yes, I can be in the light. Yes, I can reach out. Yes, I can be confident. Yes, I can pick up the phone and call that person. Yes, I can send that email. Yes, I can be bold and book that ticket or try and apply for this scholarship or whatever it is. This is an invitation to be yes man and to believe in yourself and to be confident in your ability and to sell yourself in the way that you know your worth, right? So let's say some of you are looking for a job. This is inviting you to be confident, even if it's a potential job shift where maybe you don't have the experience that they're looking for because you're changing career and stuff. This is an invitation to be like, you can sell yourself even if you don't have the experience. You might have other skills. You can bring in the experience from your other kind of jobs or for what has happened in your life. You can really be the salesperson of yourself, right? Selling your abilities, your capacities, being confident will be your biggest ally at this moment in time. First thing, be bold, be brave, be confident. That's going to be what's helping you in the next 6 months towards reaching your goal, reaching your dream, my pile number one. Second thing with the Four of Pentacles, very important, we have an invitation to pay attention to your resources. So maybe if this particular goal is related to material, finances, belongings, finances, or anything like that, then this is the time to put some money aside and maybe not spend so much money in the next 6 months because you're invited to save, right? Let's say for some of you it's related to you wanting to move, for example, you're looking for a new home or anything like that, then maybe in the next 6 months you're invited to save some money, maybe not go out so much with your friends, maybe not spending as much as you would, so that you can put some cash aside and have the money necessary to spend on the big goal and the big dream when the time comes. It could be not just related to money, it could be related to physical energy. So with the Four of Pentacles, we could be talking about literal energy. Because you have, again, I see you focused, I see you honed in. My pile number one has a goal, has a vision. There's something you want to accomplish in the next 6 months that you know would make you very happy. It's related, again, to either a passion project or your happiness in some form or another. You have to make sure that you have enough energy for that. I'm hearing because it's something that could be a long-term thing. So if I go back to the example of some people who want to adopt, for example, we know it's a very long process. We know there's a lot of paperwork, a lot of weight. It could be very emotionally draining as well. So you're invited to take care of your body, take care of yourself, rest anytime you can, pause, pay attention to yourself. Try and implement some self-care, some mindfulness in your day-to-day so that you can really take care of your well-being during those next 6 months. So this is an interesting combination. We have be bold, be confident in your abilities, be brave, but don't forget to take care of yourself. Don't forget to take care of your body. Don't forget to recharge your batteries metaphorically and physically anytime you can. Trying to pay attention to your resources, whether those resources are financial, physical, mental, emotional. You're invited to be really mindful of that and making sure you're not overspending yourself. My pile number one. Let's continue with the personal evolution you're going to go through. This is going to be a theme of learning or change in the next 6 months, the growth, the transformation that's going to happen for you guys. We have the Six of Wands and we have Judgment. Exactly. Success, and you're heeding the call of your soul. I really see you guys achieving what it is you want in the next 6 months. Again, whether that is adopting a pet, whether that is launching your TikTok account about books, whether that is changing jobs, whether that is applying for a scholarship, whatever it is, you are gonna succeed, right? Six of Wands and Judgment. There's gonna be a theme around I heeded my soul calling and I made it happen. As long as, again, you are making sure to reach out, to not niche down, that you are being bold and confident in yourself, and that you're paying attention to your resources, taking care of yourself, not burning the candle at both ends, right? Because that's the big theme of my pile. Number one is not burning out as you're trying to reach this thing. But honestly, if you follow these recommendations or these advice from the card, there's success at the end of the day. We have a lesson in pride as well, in being proud of the fact that you can make it happen. Whatever it is, whether it's a small goal or a huge goal, there will be a sense of pride coming from my pile number one around the theme of I did that. I gave myself a goal and I made it happen. It wasn't easy. When we have the Judgment card, we know it's not easy. It's not an easy journey. And you guys already know that because you're already pouring energy. You're already pouring time. So you already know it's not going to be click your fingers and it happens. Life, unfortunately, rarely works like that. So you know it's going to require time, effort, intention. Yet there's a sense here also of success, right? Of being able to reach a certain level and being able to shout on the rooftops, I did that, right? So there's also a big sense of pride coming in the next 6 months for my pile number one. It's a lesson in understanding that you are more capable than you thought you were. My pile number one. If I had to summarize the next 6 months for you, it's realizing you're more capable than you thought you were, that you have more resilience than you thought, and that you are capable of pushing yourself more outside your comfort zone than you ever thought possible. And that's gonna pay off for my pile number one. I love that. Okay, so last thing we want to look at for tarot, and I'll wrap up with an oracle card, the outcome. Where will you be in 6 months? This is going to be the state of your life, whether it's emotionally, mentally, materially. At the end of this period, what is going to be the outcome? Where will you be in 6 months' time? My pile number one. Look. 10 of Pentacles. I can't make this up, you guys. Yeah, there's gonna be a material outcome for you. So for those of you who've been trying to launch your business, next 6 months, there's gonna be payoff. If you're thinking about changing career, if you're thinking about any kind of family goal, anything like that, there's a big yes. And not only that, but this is something that is gonna last, right? So it's not just a quick change, a quick transformation that will potentially perish quickly. No, this is something that will last. So if we go back to the example of someone wanting to adopt, for example, obviously this will change your life long term, right? Whether that's a pet or a human being, there's a sense of changing your family life and your daily life long term for the better. If it's the idea of you creating your TikTok account about your hobby, this will change your life for the better long term, and it will bring a sense of fulfillment, material abundance long term. So honestly, great outcome for my pile number 1. I want you to know that your efforts are not in vain. It's not going to be an easy journey. You guys already know that because you're already pouring effort. Like I said, it's not going to land on your lap without doing anything. But if you're ready to pour in the work, if you're ready to branch out and push yourself outside your comfort zone, there will be huge success for you waiting for you in the next 6 months. And I'm so happy for you guys. That's beautiful. Let's pull some oracle cards. Let's see what else we need to know for you guys to wrap up the reading. We're going to see what it gives. Last message from your guides about this next 6 months, anything we need to know about. Submerge. For me, this is really you guys at this moment in time. And I feel like in the next 6 months, you're going to be in this phase where you are really, again, focused, honed in. There is this one goal you have, and it might kind of take over the rest of your life, but it's okay because at the end of the day, there's going to be results. So if you're really willing to pour all of your efforts in, to pour all your energy into it, it will pay off. Again, pay attention though, your emotional well-being, your happiness is very important, but this is really an encouragement to give it your all. I'm seeing this submerge as, don't just skim on the surface, my pile number 1. You can go and see what's at the bottom of the ocean. Metaphorically, you have what it takes to breathe underwater and to actually give it your all completely. Okay? Ooh, I love that. Okay, we're going to finish with last little advice from your guides, from your higher self. Let's see what we have for my pile number 1. Walk it off. Okay, it's interesting. Walk it off. I see a couple of things here. First off, for some of you, this could be an advice of benefiting from going for walks, benefiting from trying to walk more, to incorporate walking into your daily life. Maybe it's a way for you to breathe, like maybe it's a way for you to ground, maybe it could be a way for you to get inspired again, to release some energy, to de-stress. So there's a big emphasis on trying to incorporate walking in your day-to-day life. So that's interesting. Maybe it's something you were thinking about doing. But if some of you have been thinking of going on a certain pilgrimage or a certain hike or something that could have a deeper meaning, like I'm hearing, for example, Santiago de Compostela, you know, the path in France and in Spain where you can go on a pilgrimage, or I think there's one in America as well where you can go from like the south of America all the way to the north. Obviously, this is very specific, but if any of you have had a dream like that of going on a certain long walk or long hike or long trail that could have a certain meaning to you, spiritually, emotionally, this is also a big yes. Okay, I know this is not going to speak to everyone, but it's coming through, so I'm just sharing it in case it's for you. Okay, my pile number 1, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this brought you anything of value, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Those are all free ways to support my work. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye. Okay, my pile number 2, welcome to your reading. If you chose this Moss Agate or if you chose the Bohemian Gothic, this is going to be the reading for you. So we're going to start by looking at, for my pile number 2, the current energy. If we want to look at where you will be in 6 months from now, it's helpful to find out where you are right now. So where are you right now? What is influencing your direction? What is your current energy, your current situation for my pile number 2? We have Justice and we have the Two of Cups. Okay, there is a big question around your interpersonal relationship right now, my pile number 2. It could be a romantic relationship or a familial relationship or a friendship. But at this moment in time, it's something that is weighing very heavily on your mind. You're thinking about this person in your life a lot. It's affecting your life a lot, this person. So it could be romantic partner right now. It could be a parent. It could be a child. It could be a friend, a colleague, but there is a particular interpersonal relationship for my pile number 2 that is right now, because of its dynamic or because of an external situation, something is affecting this relationship or this person, and by side effects, it's affecting you as well. So I'm going to give an example so you guys like can see the energy I'm picking up, but in my mind's eye, I'm seeing someone whose partner, for example, has been offered a job that would mean that they have to move to another state or another country. And so obviously the partner is changing job, but that is uprooting the whole family. It means that you yourself as your partner's partner have to move, change job, change country, and there's a lot of material things to think about, but also emotional things to think about. And maybe if you have kids, there's all of this as well of thinking, okay, we have to find school for them and change everything. And so it's giving the vibe for my pile number 2 is giving one of your interpersonal relationship, and again, doesn't have to be a romantic partner. There's something going on with one of your interpersonal relationships that's affecting your life. Another example could be that some of you are at this moment in time having to be carer for someone. You have to take care of someone who's not doing so well, and so obviously that's affecting your life, and that's weighing heavy on your heart. I'm seeing people who have to take care of their elderly parents and having to decide, okay, what do I do? Do I keep them at home? Do I put them in a home, like a retirement home? What are we gonna do? I see all of those kind of like very heavy yet very much part of life questions coming up around family dynamics or romantic partners or friends. One of your friends going through a difficult time, and so that's affecting you, or one of your housemates. There's something there. So of course you're welcome to let me know in the comments, but I see my pile number 2 right now having something weighing on their heart or weighing on their mind that is related to one of their interpersonal relationships. And I don't necessarily see conflict here. Although for some of you, maybe it is that you are going through a breakup right now, or you are having a very tense family dynamic with one of your family member right now. It could be, but for the majority of my Palmer 2 watching, I do see that it's more out of love that you are worried. It's more related to you having to care for someone else in some form or another, or something happening to someone else and it impacting you as well. So we're going to have a look at what could be the key challenge or obstacle slowing your progress over the next 6 months. Maybe it's related to this particular interpersonal situation. Maybe it's not. We're going to see what else comes up. What could be slowing your process in the next 6 months? What could be blocking you? What could be getting in the way? We're going to see. We have the Magician and we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, here's a couple of things coming through, which is interesting. The first thing, and again, this is not going to be for everyone, but there is one aspect of the Magician where sometimes the Magician can sometimes be a little bit self-centered, and in its shadow aspect, it can be overly focused on itself. And so this is something that you have to potentially accept, is that in the next 6 months, you guys might have to be a little bit selfless and have to accept that you're not going to necessarily be the one controlling the situation, if I can say that. Knight of Wands and the Magician is about potentially learning to relinquish control a little bit for the next 6 months, especially if you guys are used to making the decisions, or you appreciate controlling the situation because it gives you a sense of security. Here I'm seeing not just being selfless, but it's more so having to relinquish control for the next 6 months. So, and it's because, again, I have a feeling that whatever is going on is not happening necessarily to you directly, but it is having an impact on your life. So if I have the example, if I go back to the example of the family whose the partner is being like offered a job abroad or to another state, this means that potentially there are things outside of your control in the terms of you might not be moving when you want. It might depend on the company. They might be the ones organizing the move for you, or they might be the ones giving you the green light when your partner can start. And so that is going to affect your move, how you plan your life, how you plan your move, how you plan the change, etc. But that might be like outside of your control, right? Because it depends on this company and their new contract and everything. So this is around relinquishing control a little bit and learning to go with the flow. So what could be blocking or slowing your process in the next 6 months? My pile number 2, overly trying to control a situation you cannot control. trying to swim against the current when you can't. It's exhausting. You will waste all your energy and you're invited to go with the flow. Instead of wanting to push against the current, instead of wanting to bang your head against the wall, instead of wanting to really force things that feel very difficult right now, the advice on the contrary is to go with the flow, accept that there are certain things that you cannot control, even though it's very difficult, I know. This would actually free your mind to focus your energy on the things you can control. So if I go back to the example of the family moving to a different place, maybe you can't control exactly the timing and because it's depending on the company, but it doesn't stop you from starting to pack. It doesn't stop you from starting to declutter your home. It doesn't stop you from starting to look at school for your kids. Just so there's some few things you can control, even though you can't control the timing, for example. There are things on your own that you can do to make this transition easier on you. For example, right? Really an invitation to go with the flow and to not try and grasp so hard, because the Knight of Wands and the Magicians, they want to control and they want to be in charge and they want to lead and they want to be at the forefront and they want to show the way. But this is what could slow you down. So instead, it's about not taking a back seat, but just not going against the flow, not trying to swim upwards river when you're meant to just enjoy the current stream to see where it takes you. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And again, I'd love to know if that resonates for you guys. But let's look at the support. What or who will help you move forward? Allies, opportunities, strengths. This is your support system in the next 6 months. What's going to support you? Who or what will help you move forward? What is going to be your support for the next 6 months for my pile number 2? We have the Two of Swords. Okay, yeah, again, there's a sense here of letting go of control and accepting the situation as is, which again can be so difficult. I know, I completely understand, but there's a moment in life where we just have to go with the flow sometimes. And look, the Fool, it's about taking a leap of faith and trusting the universe will catch you. So again, if we go back to the example of the family moving, there might be things you're not controlling, things that you are so frustrating because you want to be able to make plans, but there might be things that you're not able to have a say in or whatever. However, you are invited to trust in the universe's plan, because when the Fool comes as a support, it shows that that leap of faith will pay off. If you metaphorically jump off that cliff, you will be caught by the universe's hand, right? So here we're going, it's really a continuation of the reading. Who or what will support you? Having faith in the universe, having faith in yourself, having faith in this person in your life. And if you believe in those things, having faith in the universe's plan at large. Here in this prayer that is very well known, which says, "Dear God or universe or spirit, whatever you guys believe in, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Grant me the courage to change the things I can, and grant me the wisdom to know the difference." And this is truly what you guys are invited to do. You're invited to be serene about the things you cannot change, have the courage to change the things you can, and have the wisdom to know the difference. And for the next 6 months, my pile number 2, there are going to be things you cannot change, specifically things happening to someone else that will affect you, but there are things you can change. Your behavior, your attitude, your outlook, your perspective are things you can control. The way you show up for that person, the way you involve yourself or not in that person's life, because it's your choice at the end of the day. So everybody is going to be different, but truly here the advice is around learning what you can and cannot change so that you can gain some peace of mind and not waste effort trying to, again, swim against river for my pile number 2. Hopefully that makes sense. Very different reading this one. Yeah, it's very unique. I'd love to know what situation you guys are faced with, if you feel like sharing in the comments. Okay, let's have a look at the potential growth. So this is the potential evolution you'll go through, whether it's a theme of learning or change. What is going to be your growth? What is going to be your transformation? What is going to be your evolution in these next 6 months for my pile? Yeah, we have the Wheel of Fortune. There's going to be change coming. There's change on the horizons. So if things are difficult right now, things will not remain this way for in the next 6 months. Things will change, right? If you're faced with a difficult situation, or a person you love is faced with a difficult situation, there's change on the way. There's solutions coming in, I'm hearing. There's green lights coming in, solutions appearing. So things are going to change. If you're feeling right now like you're faced with a difficult situation, a situation that feels like you're facing a wall with a particular person in your life, or family dynamic, or romantic partner, or anything like that, or friendship, there's change on the way. The wheel is turning. There's like, it's so in the sense of luck is coming, a green light is coming, there's good news coming, solutions coming in. So we love that. Yeah, right. There's a sense of relief I'm hearing for the situation finally evolving as well. And we also have temperance. So temperance, in this case, I'm seeing a temperance which doesn't always show up this way, but energetically this time it's giving, you're being guided, you're being supported by your angels, by your guides, by your ancestors. So you're not alone in this situation, you are supported. If I go back to the example of some of you having to care for a family member, for example, which is a very difficult situation, there's a sense here of you not being alone in the next 6 months. So you finding support physically, in the sense of finding a solution, finding support, someone to help you, financial help, something like that, but also beings on the other side of the veil being there to help you through this ordeal, through this challenge, or through this time. So there's a sense of my Pailometu being supported, being guided by their ancestors, by their angels, by their past loved ones. I see this particular temperance card as people on the other side of the veil looking out for you. Specifically for those of you who've been dreaming lately of someone special who may have passed, this is a little hello from the other side of the veil, which again, temperance doesn't always show up this way, but this time it really does. It's giving like guardian angel vibe, right? Someone watching over you, someone being a guardian and helping you get through this, helping you navigate this change, and helping until the wheel is turning up and until luck is back on your side. So beautiful, beautiful energies, very deep, profound reading for my pile number 2. Okay, where are you going to be in 6 months' time? Once all of this is going through, what will be the likely state of your life emotionally, mentally, materially at the end of this period? What is going to happen? 6 months' time, the outcome for my pile number 2, 7 of Wands. So the situation is going to require some effort, some work, potentially some energy. I mean, all the examples I've given are not necessarily things that are super easy to get through, right? If someone, for example, has to move their whole family to another state or another country, well, we know that's going to be tiring. You have to plan the move, you have to pack your home, you have to declutter. So we know it requires resilience, right? But I think you guys already know that this particular situation is requiring resilience. And I see there's a lot of love there, though. A lot of love of wanting to help this person get through this particular time and this particular challenge. So there's a sense of resilience here with the 7 of Wands. And we also have, we had a jumper I hadn't seen. We also have the Ace of Wands. So this is also a sign of fresh start, fresh energy. Whilst, yes, it may require some resilience to get through, whilst you're going to have to accept that sometimes there are things you don't control, you still are encouraged to take that leap of faith. You're encouraged to trust in your ability, in the universe's ability to catch you. You are encouraged to go with the flow, because on the other side of that, there is fresh energy. There's a new start. With the Ace of Wands, it's a gift. You're being gifted a fresh start, new energy, new life. So, of course, it could be physically new life. It could be a new outlook on life. It could be a new perspective. It could be feeling more energized, more motivated, more confident. With the Ace of Wands, it's a gift. So honestly, this goes well with the Wheel of Fortune, letting me know that the wheel is finally turning for you guys for the better, that things are improving. So we love that. Let's see what else. King of Wands, beautiful. Yeah, so there's a sense of confidence coming at the end in 6 months' time. Confidence and also pride at the fact that you will have accomplished whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, at the fact that you will have gone through this challenge and come out on the other way stronger, more in tune with yourself, more successful, or more able to face anything. There's a sense here of pride and of courage settling into my pile number 2's life, and really a confidence in yourself, being like, you know what, I faced this, I helped this person through this situation, or we got through this, and now we're stronger than ever, we're more resilient than ever, we are facing with a new life, I'm proud of myself, and we are excited for this fresh start. So I love that so much. So beautiful. I really cannot wait to read your guys' comments because this reading is very different. I can't wait to read what it is you guys are going through. But let's wrap the reading up. We're going to pull a couple of oracle cards. Oop! I didn't have to shuffle lots. We have Seek the Symbol. So pay attention to synchronicities. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to repeating numbers. Pay attention to animal guides. Pay attention to what seems like not very important synchronicities and yet could be subtle ways for the universe to converse with you, to give you signs. So maybe, I don't know, maybe when you get the example of you guys moving home, maybe you find the home you're looking for on the street that is named after your first dog, or maybe it's the number of the home is actually like your favorite number. Pay attention to those little things that seem small but are actually important. Seek the symbol. Beautiful advice. Okay, and we'll pull one last card, last message from your guides, from your higher self for my pile number 2. Let's see for my pile number 2. Last message, we have pray. Ooh, I love that. So for those of you who've been craving a certain spiritual routine, who've been craving a connection to something larger than them, then this is a big invitation to do so. For me, this is going back to this temperance card. I was saying my pile number 2 is guided. I feel a presence like a guardian angel, a past loved one, a guide, someone watching over you. And with this pray card, I'm hearing like speak to them, talk to them, and don't hesitate to ask for their help. Don't hesitate to speak to them. Don't hesitate to share your thoughts. This is an invitation to contact this guide, because look, we have a little angel here waiting for you to share your thoughts, share your burden. You're not alone. I'm hearing my pile number 2. So again, this is not for everyone. Obviously, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but if you feel called to share your thoughts, pray, and be in a space of spiritually connecting with one of your guides, this is a big invitation to do so, as they are waiting for you to reach out. And I'm seeing comfort here coming for you guys as well. So beautiful, really, really supportive, healing, beautiful energy surrounding my pile number 2, and a really profound reading. So I hope it resonated with you. I hope it brought you something of value. If it did, don't hesitate to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Those are all free ways to support my work. I want to say thank you so much for those of you who have tuned in. Thank you so much for being here. And until next time, I'm sending you so much good vibes, and keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye! Okay, my pile number 3. Welcome to your reading if you chose this particular crystal, or if you chose this deck, which is, like I said, the Dali deck, then this is going to be the reading for you. As I mentioned in the intro, today we're looking at where will you be in the next 6 months, where will you be 6 months from now. And to get us started, we're going to put some cards around where you are right now, right? To understand where you guys are going, it's important to understand where you are at this moment in time. So what is the current situation? What is the current energy for my pile number 3, and what is influencing your direction at this moment in time, my pile number 3? So let's have a look. We have some jumpers. We have the Page of Wands, and sorry, my brain had to switch back to French. And we have the 9 of Swords. Okay, so with the Page of Wands and the 9 of Swords, I'm seeing my pile number 3 right now a little bit stressed and worried about the future, which is probably why you clicked on this video, finding out glimpses as to what could happen, because you could be faced with a situation right now, or a decision I'm hearing, that could really affect your future life. So maybe you are thinking about changing career, maybe you're thinking about going back to school, maybe you're thinking about breaking up with your partner, or maybe you've been single for a while, you're thinking about dating again. You are at this moment in time, my pile number 3, I'm hearing grappling with a decision which you haven't fully made yet, and this decision could really change your life completely or take your life to another direction, but you haven't fully decided if you want to commit, because there are elements of it which are stressing you out or bringing some worrisome elements. Okay, that's the energy I'm picking up. There's like a desire for newness, a desire for a fresh start, a desire for a new life, new job, new partner, new daily habits, new hobby, whatever it is. You guys can let me know in the comments. There's a desire for freshness, for newness. You might be at a time in your life where things feel a little bit stale and boring. So there's a desire for freshness, but there's also a worry about what if it doesn't work out? What if I don't like my new job? What if I don't like the person I'm dating, or what if I regret moving home, or what if, right? There's a word, I'm hearing what if a lot. So this is what I'm picking up for you guys, a desire for freshness, but also not fully being able to make the decision to take that leap of faith, because there are elements of it that are making you stressed or worried, as you're not sure it would be the right path for you. So it's almost like my pile number 3 is at a crossroad and you're not sure which path to take. Again, you can let me know if that resonates, but hopefully this reading will help you figure out which path is right for you. So we're going to continue looking at what is the key challenge or obstacle. So what may block you or slow your process during the next 6 months? Let's have a look. Key challenge or obstacle, what may block or slow your progress during the next 6 months? My pile number 3. We have the 4 of Cups and we have the 6 of Wands. Okay. Oh, and we have a last one. And we have the Tower. Yeah, it's interesting because it's like I really see a crossroad for my pile number 3. And I see you guys being torn between wanting excitement, wanting fun, wanting play. So this 6 of Wands and this 6 of Wands, it's actually very reminiscent to normally the 4 of Wands in this deck. It's giving fun, play, party time, we're enjoying ourselves. This is what you're craving, I'm hearing my pile number 3. You want excitement, you want inspiration, you want creativity, maybe you want fun, you want joy, love, whatever it is, right? There's a desire for newness, for freshness, for change, and yet this feels also scary. It feels scary because we do have the 4 of Cups being like, this is what I know. Here, maybe I'm not having the best time. Here, maybe I'm not dancing around. I'm not jumping for joy. But at least I know this here. I know this tree. It's my tree. Maybe it's not the most exciting tree, but hey, it's my tree and I'm comfortable here because at least it's what I know. I'm hearing better the devil you know. And so you guys are worried about upheaving your whole life, right? With the Tower. It feels scary. This is scary, right? When you're completely deconstructing everything you've lived through before, where you are completely changing your life, when you're taking a leap of faith, it can feel terrifying. Change is terrifying. So there is definitely a very valid fear here around leaving the tree you know, because you want this, but you don't know how to get there, or you don't know if you'll get there, and so your mind is creating all these catastrophe like situations of like, what if I fail? I'm gonna give a very real example because it's coming through strongly. For example, one of you could be not happy in their current relationship. They could be very unhappy with their romantic partner, and realizing that they're not having, they just are not happy in the relationship anymore. The relationship is no longer working. I'm hearing I am afraid of breaking up with them because even though I'm miserable right now with them, I also know them. It's comfortable, and I'm afraid of finding myself single again. I don't know what it will mean for me to have to build my own life, to be on my own, to reconstruct my life. Especially, let's say you guys are living together or you have kids or whatever, that can feel super scary because it feels like you're completely starting fresh, right? And so there's a fear there of like, do I really want to leave this person even though we're so unhappy, we don't love each other anymore, and it's just not feeling joyful and loving anymore, but at least it's known, it's comfortable? Or do I take the risk of completely imploding everything, but I don't know what's on the other side, and that feels stressful and scary? So we're going back to this. This is what could slow you down. What could slow you down is staying in this phase of, I'm not happy here, but at least it's what I know. Because I keep hearing better the devil you know, but this is what could block you, right? What could block you is being afraid of the Tower. What could block you is remaining somewhere that you've outgrown. Because this is giving me the vibe of someone who's trying to shrink themselves to fit in places or situations that they have outgrown. This is the universe saying like, maybe the fact that you feel so uncomfortable here with this person or in this job or in this situation is because this is no longer meant for you, because you've outgrown it. And that's okay, but it's scary, obviously. So I'm not here to tell you what to do, obviously. I'm just here to share the messages. But what could block my pile number 3's card is trying to stay in places that they've outgrown, trying to shrink themselves to fit in places or in situations or in relationships that they've outgrown, because they're trying to avoid the Tower, when the Tower truly is not the enemy. The Tower is not the enemy. The Tower, a lot of people are scared of this card in tarot. It's not a scary card at all. It's actually a card of liberation. You know what comes after the Tower? Freedom. Freedom to breathe, freedom to be yourself, freedom to finally feel like you can be your authentic self, you can shine, that you can like uncurl yourself, unfurl like a flower, bloom, stand tall, stretch. There you go. That's what's coming through for potential challenges. But we're gonna go and look at your support for the next 6 months. What or who will help you move forward? My pile number 3. This could be allies, opportunities, strengths. What is your support system in the next 3 months? Look, we have the Empress. Yeah, I'm not surprised. And we have the 8 of Swords. Again, I'm not surprised. If this is not an invitation to free yourself, I don't know what is, right? Because the 8 of Swords oftentimes is linked to when you are remaining in stuck situation, when you are unable to free yourself, you put yourself in metaphorical cages and prisons and you're unable to come out of it. But this is coming up as support. This is coming up as one of your strengths. So what's going to happen in the next 6 months? You're going to free yourself. You're going to cut your ties. You're going to remove that metaphorical cage around yourself, open the door and fly, right? So this, for the next 6 months, my pile number 3 is liberating themselves. There's freedom. I keep hearing freedom, freedom, freedom. So beautiful. And we also have, of course, the Empress coming through as a strength. I am hearing here it could be in the form of a maternal figure. If we're talking about a support as in someone else in your life, it could be a maternal figure, so a motherly figure. Not necessarily a mother. It could be like someone who has a child, maybe your mother, or just someone who has maternal energy in your life helping you through these next 6 months. Very important. They are there to help you out. They're there to give you a hand, and there will be very beautiful emotional support system in the next 6 months. So I'm seeing that kind of motherly energy. I'm seeing Cancerians here as well. Potentially we have people who are Cancerians in your life who are going to help you through this particular time. More generally speaking, with the Empress and the 8 of Swords, in terms of your strengths and your support, what will help you move forward in the next 6 months, my pile number 3, will be your ability to free yourself from any metaphorical cages you find yourself in. At this crossroad you're finding yourself, you will be able to make the right choice for you, to choose the path that feels right for you, based on how abundant it makes you feel, based on how good it makes you feel. Does it make you feel loved? Does it make you feel supported? Does it make you feel nourished? Those are all questions that the Empress asks of us, and she's inviting you to ask yourself this in order to make the right path for you. Which path do I choose? The path that makes me feel fulfilled, loved, supported, and nourished. If you follow that path, this is the way to freedom and to you actually being able to create the life you want. My pile number 3, okay? Beautiful, beautiful message here. Very, very potent. Let's continue. What is the personal growth? What is the personal transformation you're going to go through? Whether it's a theme of learning, of change, what is your personal evolution that you're going to go through in the next 6 months? Let's see for my pile number 3. I mean, we have a bit of an idea already, but let's see. Yeah, look, we have the 2 of Cups. So it's really truly the idea of you deciding to meet yourself again. For some of you, it's about you finding yourself again, you meeting yourself again, you falling in love with yourself again. But for some of you, it's about a romantic partner and choosing to be in a relationship that is more loving, that is more supportive, and that is kinder. Right? So if I go back to the example of someone who has been thinking about breaking up with their partner, but they're afraid, this is saying that through this act of you separating from this person, there's also the act of you potentially finding someone else later on that feels more aligned with you, that feels more loving, that feels more supportive, that feels more like it's a match. So this is also a sense of choose love. I'm hearing choose love. Could be a big theme around love yourself, love of others for the next 6 months. And it's a lesson around learning to accept love, to embrace love, and to learn that you deserve love. My pile number 3. Again, I don't know if that resonates, but that's what's coming through. Let's see what else. We have the Hermit. Beautiful. So when the Hermit comes, again, it's an invitation to do what's right for you, to follow your own intuition and to follow your own navigation system, your own compass, and to learn to trust in your decision-making process, to learn to trust in your own light, and to no longer, again, shrink yourself to fit in places that no longer fit you, but on the contrary, to go and explore, right? Because what does the hermit do? The hermit goes on pilgrimage. He follows his lantern and he's willing to go and explore, take his own path, even if some people are looking at him like he's crazy because they're like, what is this old man doing in the mountain following his lantern? He is following his own path. He doesn't care what other people think because he's on his own journey and he trusts in his ability to reach his destination. So this is also the advice, and this is something you guys are going to come to terms with and accept and embrace, this side of yourself that is confident in their ability to make the right decision, that is following their own wisdom, that is in tune with their own self, that is no longer asking for other people's opinion but following their own light, that is no longer shrinking themselves but on the contrary who's willing to go on their own pilgrimage, metaphorically, to find themselves. I think you guys are on a path of self-discovery as well, and of realizing who it is you want to be, what it is you want to do. It's a self-discovery journey for my pile number 3, really, the next 6 months. Very deep. And look, we had the 9 of Pentacles as a jumper, confirmation that whatever you guys are choosing at this crossroad, the path you will choose, as long as it's the path that doesn't make you shrink anymore, but it's the path where you can, where you decide to free yourself, to embrace an abundance of love, and to trust in yourself more. This path will lead to more independence, more self-reliance, and an ability to count on yourself, to stand on your own 2 feet, and to feel really good about the fact that you are financially, emotionally, physically independent, that you have taken back the reins of your life, and that you can count on yourself, stand on your own 2 feet. And this is giving a sense of power as well, which is really, I feel, needed for my pile number 3, and something some of you are craving. If that's the case, then that's beautiful. Okay, we're gonna have a look now at the outcome. Where will you be in 6 months' time, my pile number 3? What is going to be the likely state of your life, whether it's emotionally, mentally, materially, at the end of this period? What is the outcome? Look, I love that for you. We have the Emperor. If you're finding yourself right now at a crossroad where you're faced with a situation again that feels stale, you crave change, but you're worried because, again, the Tower feels scary, deconstructing your life feels scary, change feels scary. And yet, if you do decide to take that leap of faith, to free yourself, to trust in your abundant nature, to believe you deserve to be loved and supported and fulfilled, what's on the other side of that? Once you make that choice and embrace this change and walk away from what is binding you but decide to liberate yourself, what's on the other side of that? We have the Emperor, regaining a sense of structure, regaining a sense of control, regaining a sense of abundance and success, but that comes from you. That's something that you are more in touch with, that feels more aligned to you, that feels like it's more something that you're controlling. Again, this is a general reading, so I can't assume or anything, but with the Emperor, we have really good sense that path you could choose would lead to a lot of success, a lot of security and safety, and a sense of relief from having walked away from something that was no longer working for you, as now you can stand on your own 2 feet and shine bright and be the Emperor of your life. Okay, beautiful. Okay, we're gonna wrap things up by pulling some oracle cards. See, what do we have for my pile number 3? We have Get Carried Away. Oh, look at that. Again, you're supported. My pile number 3, you're not alone, you're supported. I'm going back to this maternal figure. There's support in your life here. There's people willing to help you. You are not alone, my pile number 3. I really want you to hear that. And you know, this is making me think of the Star card in Tarot, which comes after the Tower, letting me know that once you face the potential like deconstruction of your life and the change, and you decide to take that big leap of faith to walk away from something or someone or a situation, and you let it implode in some way, and you decide to like burn that bridge, whatever. On the other side of that, there's a Star card in Tarot. After the Tower, we have the Star, meaning healing, grace, peace, a sense of relief as well, and this is exactly what this is giving me. So beautiful energies here. Let's get a last message for my pile number 3. We have body talk. So pay attention to you, how your body literally speaks to you, my pile number 3. Maybe this is an invitation to a little bit of meditation where you do a body scan. Maybe this is your invitation to pay attention and take care of your body, to book that massage you've been thinking about, or book that dentist appointment you've been thinking about. This is really an invitation for my pile number 3 to pay attention to their body, take care of their body, as it could also be a way that your soul is speaking to you. Pay attention to how you feel around certain people, I'm hearing. Pay attention to how you feel in certain situations. Your body is very wise, right? It is giving you signs. So pay attention to that, my pile number 3, coming through for you guys. Okay, so that's all I'm saying for you guys. I really hope this message resonated. It was a very profound reading, my last 2 piles. I didn't expect that today, but I loved it. I really love doing this reading for you. So I hope it resonated. I can't wait to read your comments. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your support. Until my next video, I'm sending you so much good vibes and keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye!